Hey everyone, my name is Root, and we're here, and we're up against Frosted for week 8 of the UBL low tier offseason, and this is going to be a tough one. Frosted is undefeated. She's the only undefeated team left on the board, and funnily enough, I think my team matches up pretty darn well against hers, but it's just going to be a matter of kind of getting myself in the positions where I can kind of win this matchup. It's going to be a super duper tough one, obviously. She's been killing it all season long. We do see the Hakama-O, which I did kind of expect, but it was a little bit of a no Articuno. This might be the first match with no Articuno. Oh no, she hasn't brought Articuno a decent amount of times. But TAUROS has come pretty much every time, I believe. Jolteon, very interesting. So a team pretty darn weak to Magmar, which is what I hope for. But that's weird. No Marowak. Wow, yeah, no Marowak is nuts to me because I really do believe Marowak 6-0 would be on the spot. No poison types, no Weezing or no Skuntank. That's pretty wild. I better hurry up and lock something in. But that's pretty nuts to me. That's pretty nuts to me. And funny enough, I didn't expect the Mawa to come at all. So my Gabite can't touch it. My Gabite can't touch it at all. So let's see here. Let's see here. Wow, this thing is also pretty useless now too. That's kind of wild. I guess it's still helpful with a couple things. This is kind of wild. I probably want to lead off with this thing, and we can just go off and try to do some things. I'd be curious to see what she leads off with. Maybe Mawile? Question mark. Maybe Hakama-O. TAUROS would make sense, but it's scary. Jolteon would make sense, but is scary. I think Jolteon's probably best case scenario. She probably Volt Switches out into TAUROS, I'd imagine, and that's kind of the scenario where I want to be. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot of the team. That sucks. I'm gonna have to do that real quick. But I'm gonna do that right now. Leads off with this thing. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to remember. Okay, here we go. This puts me in a very awkward position because I don't know what I want to do here, really. I want to click Volt Switch, but I think that just invites in the Jolteon, but I also kind of don't think that matters. Getting damage off on the Jolteon is super helpful. Yeah, I think I'll just click Volt Switch. We'll just take it one turn at a time here. Let's withdraw. Do we see the Jolteon? No, that's this thing. Okay. Oh, this thing is very potentially bulletproof. I didn't even think about that, but that's a funny interaction. That's a very funny interaction. I kind of want to see if I can catch her off guard with a Psychic here, because Psychic really only hits the thing. She might play this conservatively though. But this is probably my best play. I think so. I think I do this regardless. Part of me thinks that I can catch her off guard on a turn like this, but I don't know. I truthfully don't know. But Spec Psychic from this range should KO as long as it's not like really specially defensive. Actually, I don't. It might not even have to be that specially defensive. I don't know. I think I just looked at. Yeah, max HP, just max HP Eviolite. I should always KO. We do got a Spec Psychic off, and this should KO. I think this should KO. It doesn't KO at all. That's not good. Goes for an EQ. If I go down, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I think I'm going to go down. We don't go down. Okay. That's huge. That's huge. However, she now has a pretty free switch. I think I have to pull some sort of a double here. I can just do this. But yeah, I think that's actually decently, especially defensive. No, I think it was just more of a roll than I expected. Yeah, I think this thing's just bulkier than I thought, and I got too zealous. So I did run some pregame calcs, and I think I just misremembered the calc. I think I expected this thing to do more than it actually ended up doing, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty awkward. But it's fine. It did look like Volt Switch should pick up a KO here. I think pulls a double here. Goes out into this thing. Okay. I really don't want to let him get rocks up, but at the same time, I can Will-O-Wisp, burn this thing, and this thing is my defogger anyway, so this is probably okay. This is probably fine. Yeah, there's the Willow. Sucker Punch is really the worst thing that I have to be concerned about. And if he just gets up rocks, then goes for a knockoff. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But that does very little damage. And I still have the defog available, but I think Volt Switch is kind of a solid play here. I could just stay in and hit this thing, especially now that I'm in a much worse position against the Tauros, because with my Cobra Berry gone. Yeah, I think I could just hit this thing, especially try to prevent rocks from coming up, or staying up, I should say, because rocks will come up regardless. But yeah, I would be curious to see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, and that's why I wanted this thing in here. I think a Sucker Punch would make sense here, which is why I want to stay in here and kind of be able to defog, ideally, which is kind of the position that I'm in, and hopefully I can start to make things happen here. This is very early for me. I woke up very early because I don't know. I was pretty bad with scheduling, and so we had to pick another day, and I had to be up very early. So yeah, this thing could Sucker Punch, but getting rid of the Mawile, it's basically kind of 1-for-1 trade, and this thing is still available to me for Volt Switch pressure and all those types of things later on in the match. And I don't even think that she can really bring in the Hakamo'o here if it is bulletproof, because it looks like it's in range for Volt Switch to just do what it needs to do here. So yeah, this was a pretty unconventional Rotom, I guess, because honestly, I really want the match where I could just bring like a Spectre Rotom, a really offensive Rotom, but it hasn't come up yet, so I keep having to come up with these kind of awkward sets here. Yeah, brings this thing in. That makes sense. I would expect the Shadow Ball to come in here, right? Does burn itself, which is fine. That was also kind of expected. I think this makes the most sense. I do think this makes the most sense. Yeah, yeah. Because this has so much less of a role now. Oh, well, I guess Gabite is the quote-unquote like optimal play, right? And then I would leave this thing for the Clawitzer. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Just for Shadow Ball, but we will see. I'm pretty much max special defense. This was pretty much mainly here for the Articuno, which isn't here, so I'm really freed up quite a bit to do a number of things here. But honestly, I really just want to click Volt Switch, if I'm being super duper honest. I really just want to click Volt Switch. And I really should have just gone into the Gabite, if I'm being honest. I think that's just a question of me being here super early and not prepared as I should be. I also want to click Toxic. I think I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that she clicks Volt Switch here, and I really want to click Volt Switch. But if I call this wrong, then obviously it's gonna look really bad. Does just hard withdraw? Okay, that's very interesting. Ooh, and this getting weakened is huge for me. This is gonna leave rocks off the field for the rest of the match. It's gonna free me up to have rocks up, which is also huge. I think I can freely go into Gabite, right? Maybe not. If I go into Gabite, I click Dragon Claw for sure. And I think... No, the best play is just to do this. I think the best play is always just to do this. Or, no, that's probably not it at all. What is the best play? It might just be to go into this. It invites in the Jolteon, and then I can go into... Yeah, if I click Knockoff, then it invites in the Jolteon. Yeah. Okay, this makes sense to me, I think. This makes sense to me, I think. Because... I can just click Knockoff. I don't think there's really that profitable of a switch to make here. This will keep rocks off the field, and it will let me kind of start to make some rocks plays of my own. I do think this invites in the Jolteon, which is not great, but Jolteon gives me a Gabite play. Gabite gives me... I mean, if she pulls a double, then that would be a really strong play on her part. But I think if as long as I get the Gabite in, get myself a free turn to get a Brox, and then do some other stuff. And she doesn't know yet that I don't have a move to hit the Mawile, so it never invites in the Mawile, which is strong for me. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Hakamo was not her rocker. It was the Mawile. So I'm smoking reefer. I'm just really tired. I'm smoking big reef. But yeah, this is always my play. This is always my play. This always gives me rocks, and it always disallows the Mawile to come in. And then I think from here, yeah, that's fine. I don't even have a ground move. I don't even have Earthquake, my guy. Which sucks to say. It sucks to say, but rocks are much more important in this situation. If anything, she might oh, you know what? You know what is funny? She might have seen my other games and saw that a lot of my other games have mono or Earthquake as the only attacking move, and this just happens to be the 1 week where that's not the case, because I really did not expect the Mawile to come here. But I actually can hit this thing this week with Dragon Claw. However, I don't know if this invites in the Mawile yet. But that is very funny. That is a hilarious interaction. I think, I really do think she saw my other matches, saw that 90% of the time when I bring this Gabite, it's mono Earthquake, because this is the basic set that I always bring, kind of like Rest, Toxic, Earthquake, and South Rocks. And this week I just happened to bring Dragon Claw. That is hilarious to me. Okay, now what do? I expect a flip turn probably. Flip turn makes the most sense, right? Gabite doesn't really have a role anymore, right? Because Gabite theoretically just goes down to an Ice Beam, right? And if she really wants to call the Ice Beam, then she just calls the Ice Beam, right? Yeah, I think I just stay in, right? I really don't think I have a role with it for this mon anymore. I really don't think I have a role for this mon anymore. I'm gonna click Toxic. We'll see if that nets me anything. Goes for Waterfalls. Yeah, I think she expects me to make a switch here, but I'm very curious to see what kind of damage it is. 124. Clawitzer against Gabite. God, this match is so funny. This match is so funny. 175 minus 124. That's 51 points of damage. That might be specs. No, that's not. That's not. So when you're specs, I actually think that's no boosting item. Yeah, that's not even modest. It's probably max special attack, but it might be Timid Scarf. It actually might be Timid Scarf. Yeah, that makes sense for the damage roll here. It makes sense for the damage roll here. But I'm gonna click Dragon Claw. Hopefully she doesn't catch wise as to what my set is and bring in the Mawile, because I really don't want... Okay. This is still a net positive for me. I can still get a Toxic off on this as well. But as soon as I real Rest, she will know for sure that I don't have a move to hit the Mawile, which sucks. I cannot explain how much I didn't expect that thing to come. I did not expect that thing to come. And Dragon is neutral against the rest of our entire team. This is a good play against most of our team. It's just not a good play in this situation. I should have been looking at some damage calcs here. Trevenant. I would assume it's just max HP, question mark. But Gabite got a crit, and it did about 40-ish%. Yeah, I actually think that's just max HP, so this might just be... Yeah, the Hakamo is gone, which is huge, because I think this just kind of lets me... Will she Poltergeist on this turn? She might Poltergeist on this turn, which is not good. How do I manage this? I might just do this. Yeah, I probably just do this. If I could get spikes up, then that would be huge against, well, it would obviously be huge against the Tauros, right? But it would be huge for kind of trying to manage the... I'm a minus defense nature, by the way. I guess it doesn't matter that much. This thing is probably max... either max defense or max special defense. I really can't tell which right now. But spikes really helps me against much of our remaining mons, right? The Clawitzer, the Mawile. And having this thing in actually helps me prevent the Mawile from getting up anything else, because this is going to allow me to get a Stomping Tantrum off, and I can only hope that prevents rocks from coming up, right? But does withdraw. Do we see? I don't know what that is. That is the Tauros. Okay. Things have officially gotten real. Things have officially gotten real. And I don't know what to do. I don't know at all what to do. Probably clicks EQ, right? Probably clicks EQ. If that's the case, I can potentially go into... I can potentially maneuver this, right? EQ hits my entire team except this Rotom. Rotom would force... She would have to click Throat Chop on this turn, right? Which is a non-intuitive play, because I can Drain Punch, I can Body Press, I can do a lot of different things here, right? If she goes for the Throat Chop, kind of knowing what I'm gonna do, then that's huge ups to her. I can now do this, because again, this doesn't have a roll anymore, so I can just let this thing get some chip damage off. I can actually go into this thing. Let's see, the Clawitzer are scarfed. This thing is probably just Sheer Force Life Orb, right? And then I just manage the Mawile and the Trevenant. Yeah, I guess this makes as much sense as anything else, right? This just makes as much sense as anything else. I'm probably in a position where I can just click Liquidation, even in the face of a Trevenant. Yeah, goes for the Throat Chop. But we take that fine, and she should know. And we know that this thing isn't scarfed, meaning that I can KO whatever I need to KO, and I can just click Liquidation. Yeah, I have to imagine an Adamant Sheer Force KINGLER 2 hits a Trevenant. Yeah, okay. Officially rocks off the field. We had to maneuver that pretty darn well, but rocks are officially not coming up. Intimidate, didn't think of that, but that's a minor hindrance at best, right? I think that's ultimately fine, right? Probably invites in the Trevenant, right? Trevenant comes in, I go Garbodor. We just do this dance again. She goes back into Tauros, right? I think it can out-resource here, right? Because I just have a ton of resources at this point. And she does not have as many resources at this point. Especially now that this thing is so weakened. And yet, if I wasn't intimidated, I think Liquidation just does what it needs to do. But because I am intimidated, I have to get the heck out of here. And now I can freely click Dragon Claws, which is also very tempting. I think she clicks Leech Seed this turn, right? I think she clicks Leech Seed this turn. Do I have any other plays that are worth making here? No, I think this is the best play available to me. She could click Poltergeist, right? Set could be Leech Seed, Horn Leech, Protect, Poltergeist. Some combination of those is what I'm thinking. What else? Leech Seed, Horn Leech. All I know is Leech Seed, Horn Leech. Poltergeist is very possible. Protect is very possible, but I don't really know anything else. So I have to just operate under that for right now. But yeah, with the hazards up, that's super duper helpful. The hazards up are super duper helpful at this point. I think I can just click Psychic and not worry, because it's going to hit anything really that wants to come in. Right? What's left on our team? It's just Tauros, Clawitzer, this thing. Yeah, I'm just going to get some damage off on the team. I think we're finally at the point where we can just start hitting this team. There's a Psychic, does 0 damage, but yeah, there's the Poltergeist. That's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Last move could be Protect. I doubt it. That does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. What I really want to do is go into Bite, right? What I really want to do is go into Bite. For a couple reasons, right? It gets off... actually, no, it doesn't. I was going to say it gets off Rough Skin, but it doesn't, right? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm very close to the point where KINGLER knockoff just does everything, right? So he's gonna Poltergeist again. I probably just play for a roll with Psychic, right? It looks like Psychic might be a roll here. I don't know. Psychic might pick up a KO. It might not. I don't know. At this point, it's just a matter of doing damage to the team, right? I don't think there's any point in really maneuvering. We do pick up a KO. This invites in TAUROS. It might invite in Clawitzer. TAUROS has to deal with... Aftermath. No, because of Earthquake. Which also means that... Yeah. Okay. We do get a bit of chip damage off on this. She could hard expect the Rotom for a throw chop play right now. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. I probably just give this thing up, go straight into KINGLER. And then let me just see what KINGLER does against a minimal bulk TAUROS. Against minimal bulk TAUROS. Yeah, knockoff doesn't quite do it. So I need to be more aggressive. Oh, this is with the Intimidate on. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, I probably just give up the. I probably just give this thing up. Especially because the only things left up are the Clawitzer and this thing, and it realistically doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for me for the rest of the match. Goes for Body Slam, Flame Body? Question mark. But yeah, actually, it does look like. Liquidation here always picks up a KO. The real question is going to be the Clawitzer. If I was in a position to pick up a KO with Body Slam, I 100% would. Like, that's not even a question. But I guess we'll see. We are in a very interesting position. The Clawitzer comes in. I'm operating under the assumption that it's scarfed. If it is, I guess if it is scarfed, actually, yeah, Water Pulse does pick up a KO. What I think I want to do is this. Yeah, this makes as much sense as anything else. But this might be the end of the match. Aura Sphere. Wow. Yikers. Okay, Super called me out. Super called me out on that play. That's totally fair. But I guess here's where we can check if it's I guess here's where we can check if it's scarfed. It's probably not scarfed, right? That probably just confirms that it's not scarfed. But I guess we can see. Yeah, I guess there was no reason to make that play, really. But yeah, Orsphere into a pretty max special defense Garboater. Still a 2 KO. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage to be outputting there. Potentially 2 KO. Still not sure. Regardless, we'll just try to end the match with the Giga Drain, with the Garboater Giga Drain. Yeah, this thing's almost definitely scarred. Do we take the hit? We do. Can we Giga Drain? We do. I think toxic damage should pick it up if nothing else. It's gonna be a KO for Kabite, but we did it. We took down the undefeated team. I don't think she has enough turns, even if. Oh, but I think we actually took ourselves out of range of another Aura Sphere, which is hilarious. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be week 8. We do pick up a win. She did request to not be 6-0'd, but we didn't 6-0. It was a really, really good match. I had a lot of fun. So again, I really can't get over the fact that I didn't expect the Mawa to come. Meaning I didn't bring Mono Earthquake. Meaning that I could never touch the Mawile, but she didn't know that. She brings Magnet Rise, and it ultimately ends up working for me. That's wild. That's honestly wild. I really do think she saw my last couple matches and adjusted accordingly. And if so, that's huge upset. There's no reason for me to bring Mono Dragon Claw other than gets like marginal damage off on a couple things that resist it. That was a really fun match. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back really, really soon with more weeks of the UBL low tier season, as well as more weeks of the UPPA and potential playoffs, but we'll see. But once again, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, out.